If you're a man over 60 and your hands feel cold, your feet feel numb, and your confidence in the bedroom has quietly faded, then what I'm about to say may shake you to your core. Because what if I told you the key to restoring strong blood flow and powerful natural erections isn't found in a bottle, a doctor's office, or even a pharmacy? It's been hidden in your own hands this entire time. My name is Dr. Mojit Kara. I'm a men's health specialist with over 30 years of clinical experience. I've dedicated my life to helping older men reclaim the strength, vitality, and intimacy they thought were gone forever. And today, I'm going to reveal something most doctors won't, if they even know it. There are 3 pressure points in your hand that, when activated properly, can transform your circulation in ways you may never have imagined. Most men press the wrong way or give up too soon because no one ever taught them the right technique. But when you combine these 3 points with simple daily shifts in breathing, hydration, movement, and sleep, something incredible happens. Your blood begins to flow naturally again. In the next few minutes, I'll guide you through each of these pressure points, exactly where they are, how to stimulate them, and what you should feel. But that's just the start. I'll also share a simple morning drink that supercharges these points by tenfold. So stick with me. What you're about to discover could be the turning point your body has been waiting for. Before we begin these powerful techniques, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss another health breakthrough made specifically for men over 60. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me improve and serve you better. Now that you're here, let's start with the first and most overlooked reason why circulation declines after 60. It's not just about age, it's about silent changes happening inside your body that no one warned you about. Understanding this is the foundation for everything we're about to do. Because once you understand what's really causing your cold hands, fading energy, and weaker morning response, you'll finally realize why these pressure points matter so much, and how they can help you reverse it. 1. Why your circulation fades after 60, and why it's not your fault. I've sat with hundreds of men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who looked me in the eye and said, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." They describe cold hands, numb feet, and mornings that used to start strong, now starting in silence. And every time I tell them the same truth, it's not your fault. Your body isn't failing. It's simply responding to years of stress, aging, and stillness. As we age, our blood vessels stiffen. The linings, once smooth and elastic, begin to break down. Testosterone drops. Nerve signals slow. Circulation weakens. The blood that once surged easily to your heart, your hands, and yes, your manhood, begins to hesitate. You feel colder. You move slower. And maybe, deep down, you've started to believe this is just how life is now. But it doesn't have to be. Because the truth is, your body still wants to function. It still remembers how. It just needs the right signal, the right activation, to get moving again. That's where the pressure points come in. These ancient switches are more than just muscle and skin. They're part of your body's internal map for circulation, energy, and even desire. Let me show you the first one. It's right there on your hand. And when activated correctly, something almost magical happens. 2. Pressure point number 1. Li 4, joining valley. The circulation switch. The first time I showed this point to a patient named Walter, he was 68, retired Navy. He raised an eyebrow and said, "You're telling me this little spot on my hand can do all that?" I nodded. Then I guided his thumb to the fleshy web between his thumb and index finger. He pressed gently, then firmer. After 20 seconds, he paused and whispered, "I feel it. Something's happening." That spot is called Li 4, also known as the joining valley. It's not a random place on your hand. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's considered one of the most powerful points in your entire circulatory system. Yes, it connects to the large intestine meridian, but more importantly, it activates pathways linked to blood flow, nerve function, and reproductive energy. When you press into Li 4 with the right pressure, not too soft, not too hard, you may feel a dull ache or a warm tingling rise up your arm. That's your blood moving. That's your body responding. I recommend holding this pressure for a full 60 seconds, breathing deeply. Some of my patients close their eyes and imagine blood flowing from their hand to their heart, then down to their pelvis. What surprised Walter wasn't just the warmth, but what he noticed the next morning. He told me, "It's like something flipped back on." And that's exactly what this point does. But Li 4 is just part of the picture. There's another point, hidden in the center of your palm, that works like an ignition switch for your entire energy system. And when you combine it with Li 4, something remarkable happens. Let me show you. 3. Pressure point number 2, Lao Gong, Palace of Labor. The internal furnace. I first discovered the power of this point late one night after a long shift at the clinic. My hands were tired, my body drained, and I felt emotionally spent. I sat quietly, made a soft fist, and placed my thumb in the center of my palm, right where the tip of my middle finger would land. I began pressing in slow, pulsing waves, 3 seconds on, 1 second off. I wasn't expecting much. But within a minute, I felt warmth spreading, not just in my hand, but up my arm and into my chest. It felt like someone had lit a small fire inside me. This point is called Lao Gong, or the Palace of Labor. And it truly lives up to the name. It's the gateway to the energy that fuels your heart, your breath, and yes, your passion. For older men, especially those feeling flat, tired, or emotionally disconnected, this point can be life-changing. It doesn't just warm the body. It awakens it. I've had men tell me they felt tears while pressing this point, not from pain, but from the quiet return of a feeling they thought was gone. A sense of power, of connection, of being fully alive again. But Lao Gong's real magic happens when it's used together with one more point, a spot most men overlook entirely. It's buried deep in the muscle, and when stimulated the right way, it can help reignite your strength, your stamina, and even your desire. That's the one I want to show you next. 4. Pressure point number 3, Li10, arm 3 miles, the strength booster. I once worked with a man named Curtis, a 72-year-old retired firefighter. He walked into my office frustrated, saying, "Doc, I've still got the will, but my body doesn't seem to listen anymore." That stuck with me. Curtis wasn't ready to slow down, but his strength, energy, and stamina were slipping away. So I introduced him to a point few people even know exists, Li10, also called arm 3 miles. It's located just below the crease of your elbow, along the outer part of the forearm. When Curtis pressed on it the first time, he said, "Feels sore." I smiled and told him, "That means you found it." Li10 connects to the body's muscular and energy channels. In traditional medicine, they say it gives you the strength to walk 3 more miles. But in men over 60, I've seen it do much more. It boosts physical power, sharpens mental focus, and often reignites something deeper, drive, presence, and masculine energy. Curtis worked this point daily, gently rotating his wrist while applying pressure. 2 weeks later, he came in with a grin. "My energy's back," he said. "And so is the part of me I thought I'd lost." The truth is, Li 4, Lao Gong, and Li 10 form a powerful triangle for men over 60. But what happens when you combine them with a breathing technique that sends oxygen straight where it's needed most? That's when things really begin to shift. And in just a moment, I'll show you how to do it. 5. The morning breath booster, fueling the fire. A few years ago, I had a patient named Leonard, 67, soft-spoken, thoughtful. He told me, "Doc, I'm doing everything right, but I still feel like I'm running on half a tank." I knew exactly what he meant. For many older men, it's not that the body is broken. It's that it isn't being properly fueled. That's when I taught Leonard a simple, but powerful breathing method I call the morning breath booster. Within days, things began to change. Here's what makes this different. Most people breathe from the chest, shallow, fast, and forgettable. But to truly improve circulation, oxygen has to reach the lower lungs, the blood, and the pelvic floor. That's where life returns. That's where strength starts again. This technique teaches your body to breathe the way it was designed to, deep, full, and intentional. Each morning, before your feet touch the floor, place one hand on your belly and the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, only your belly hand should rise. Then, hold that breath for 7 counts. During the hold, Gently contract the muscles you'd use to stop the flow of urine. This pelvic squeeze pushes blood into the areas where it's been missing. Then exhale through your mouth for 8 counts with a soft whoosh. Do 5 rounds. That's it. 2 weeks later, Leonard called me. I feel clearer, he said. I feel warmer. And my wife noticed too. But breath is just one part of the puzzle. Even with deep oxygen, your blood can't move if it's too thick or if you're starting your day dehydrated. That's why what you drink and how you drink matters more than you think. Let me explain. 6. Hydrate like this, not like that. I've seen this over and over with my older male patients. They believe they're drinking enough, but they're constantly tired, foggy, and cold in their hands and feet. One man, Bill, 74, a retired mechanic, told me he drank coffee all day and figured that was good enough. When I tested him, he was dehydrated and didn't know it. His blood was thick, sluggish, and struggling to circulate. No wonder he was tired. His sleep was restless. His body felt stuck. Most men over 60 don't realize that how they drink water is just as important as how much. First thing in the morning, your body is like dry soil. It needs water to function, but not just any fluid. Cold water shocks the system. Coffee drains minerals. What your body needs is structured, absorbable hydration, and movement to push it into your tissues, not just your stomach. So here's what I told Bill to do. Each morning, drink 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon. Then, move. Walk. Stretch. Gently activate your body. That motion acts like a pump, pushing hydration into your cells, your organs, and yes, your circulation. A week later, Bill told me, "Doc, I don't just feel better, I feel awake." And that's the point. Hydration done right wakes up the entire system. But there's one final piece, something almost every man over 60 is unknowingly getting wrong, especially during the last hour of the day. Fix this, and you might just wake up with more energy and strength than you've felt in years. Let's talk about that next. 7. Do this before bed for stronger mornings. Not long ago, I worked with a patient named Harold. He was 70, and on paper, looked perfectly healthy. But every morning, he woke up feeling empty. No energy. No morning response. Just a dull sense that something was missing. "Doc," he said, "I do everything right during the day, but mornings still feel like a letdown." I asked him one question, "What's your nighttime routine?" He shrugged. "TV until I doze off." That answer is more common than you think. Most men don't realize that your body restores blood flow and hormone levels while you sleep, but only if you create the right conditions. When you expose your eyes to bright screens at night, you confuse your brain, shut down melatonin, and activate stress hormones like cortisol. The result? Tightened blood vessels. Shallow sleep. And you wake up with nothing left in the tank. So here's what I gave Harold, and what I recommend to every man who wants to reclaim his mornings. 2 hours before bed, turn off all screens, dim the lights, and let your body ease into recovery mode. Then, just before lying down, go through your 3 pressure points, Li4, Lao Gong, and Li10, just like you did that morning. Breathe slowly. Let each press remind your body that it's safe, strong, and ready to heal. After 1 week, Harold looked 10 years younger. "I'm not just sleeping better," he told me. "I'm waking up proud again." And while a good night's sleep does wonders, there's still something else you need to know. Because even with great habits, there are silent destroyers working against your circulation, and most men have no idea they're doing them. Let's expose those next. 8. The circulation killers you must avoid. Sometimes the problem isn't what you're missing, it's what you're unknowingly doing that's holding you back. I had a patient named Glenn, 66. He followed all the right steps, he did the breathing, the pressure points, even adjusted his diet. But his results were inconsistent. Some days he felt great. Other days, it was like nothing worked. When I dug into his daily routine, 3 things stood out, and they're the same 3 mistakes I see most men over 60 make, without realizing the damage. First, Glenn checked his phone the moment he woke up. That one habit sent a surge of cortisol through his body before his feet even touched the ground. Cortisol tightens blood vessels and blocks blood flow, the exact opposite of what we want. Second, he drank ice-cold water right after brushing his teeth. It might seem harmless, but cold constricts vessels, slowing circulation, especially in the digestive system and lower body. Third, he sat for hours without moving. Reading, watching TV, napping in the recliner. His hips and pelvic region stayed frozen. That stagnation slowly chokes blood flow. We fixed all three. Glenn started his morning screen-free, switched to warm lemon water, and made it a rule to move or stretch every hour. 2 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, I didn't realize I was holding myself back." And maybe you didn't either, until now. But now that you've cleared the path, it's time to supercharge your system. Because what you put in your body, specifically one powerful morning drink, can multiply everything we've done so far. Let me show you exactly how to make it. 9. The circulation elixir for morning power. I'll never forget Carlos, 68, a retired teacher. He came to me after trying almost everything. Supplements, pills, even injections. Nothing gave him lasting results. One day, looking completely defeated, he said, "Doc, I just want to feel like myself again. Like a man." That's when I gave him the recipe, a simple morning drink I'd been testing with my most dedicated patients. Not a gimmick. Not a trendy juice. But a real blend of natural ingredients designed to fuel blood flow, boost nitric oxide, and wake the body from the inside out. The ingredients are humble. 1 fresh beet, a chunk of raw ginger juice from 1 lemon, 1 teaspoon of raw honey, a cup of pure pomegranate juice, and just a pinch of cayenne pepper. Together, they form a circulation powerhouse. Beets deliver nitrates, converted into nitric oxide to open blood vessels. Ginger stimulates warmth and flow. Lemon and honey cleanse and balance. Pomegranate supports testosterone. Cayenne delivers the push, an inner fire that gets everything moving. I told Carlos to drink it 30 minutes before doing his morning pressure routine. No skipping. No substitutions. Within 10 days, he called me and said, "My wife keeps asking what's gotten into me. I haven't felt this alive in 20 years. That's the power of working with your body, not against it. But as powerful as this drink is, it's not enough on its own. To truly transform circulation, you need consistency, a daily rhythm that makes these practices second nature. So now, let me walk you through exactly what to do, morning and night, to lock in everything we've built so far. 10. Your daily routine, recap, and action plan. Consistency isn't just helpful, it's the difference between short-term change and lifelong transformation. The men who see results aren't the ones who try this once and wait. They're the ones who make it a rhythm, a daily ritual their body depends on. Each morning, begin with 5 rounds of deep belly breathing. Wake up your system with oxygen and intention. Then drink 16 to 20 ounces of warm water, a pinch of sea salt, and fresh lemon. Move gently. Stretch. Then activate your pressure points, Li 4, Lao Gong, Li 10. Add the circulation elixir 30 minutes before if you want to amplify your results. At night, unplug 2 hours before bed. Give your body peace. Finish with another round of the pressure point routine and gentle breathing to ease into rest and recovery. This is how it begins, not with pills or surgery, but with your own 2 hands, your breath, and a little daily commitment. You already have everything you need to reclaim your strength, your confidence, and your connection. The only question left is, will you start today? Because your body isn't done with you. Not even close. And it's waiting for your signal to come alive again.